North Alabama baseball team won their third conference series of the year this past weekend, sweeping Shorter. First sweep of the season. Let's chat with UNA head baseball coach Mike Keene about the big conference win. And coach, a three-game series. You guys win all three games against Shorter. What are some things you liked from the weekend?
Well, I think one of the things we liked is we played pretty well defensively all three games, and that's something that we're going to have to continue to do as our offense, as we see, has been so up and down. And we did have the second game where it looked like, okay, we really did make some nice adjustments, and we needed that and scored a lot of runs. But obviously our pitching was consistent like it needs to be, and our defense was consistent. Those two things have to continue that I liked. Offensively, we were still a little bit up and down. Like I said, I was pleased we had a very good second game.
Couple of honors for the couple UNA baseball players. Freshman Reed Holman was named Gulf South Conference Freshman of the Week. And coach, in I think the first two games, he stepped up in bases loaded situations and drove in runs both tries. So for the young freshman out of Madison Academy, playing a lot of third base for you, it's a pretty well-deserved honor.
Yeah, he did a well job because that was kind of the back end of our lineup, really came through with the big hits, and we've been struggling with runners in scoring position, so it's nice to see him not only do it once but do it again, and he did hit the ball the other way. And it's like any freshman, he'll have his ups and downs, and he's got a lot of upside to him, and we got to continue to make progression with him at the plate and defensively, to be able to expand at his range a little bit more than there's a lot more into him, and he's just going to have to continue to improve as the season adjusts to the GSC play, and so far he's done well, and obviously got a nice accomplishment, nice award this week.
Kyle Hubbock is a player that we've been talking about pretty much all season long, Coach. And Kyle, in Game 2, solo shot in the third inning to become the University of North Alabama's all-time career leader in home runs, 35 now, to make him the career home run king at North Alabama, passing Alan Tate's record that he'd held since 1996, I believe. But you've coached pretty much every player that he has passed. I mean, what does this say about Kyle that he's finally taken home the crown?
Well, I think a lot of it, as I talked before, is just this record since 1996. So that shows you how long it's been sitting there, that no one's even come or surpassed it or tied it. So it's been a long time since we've had a guy. Now, part of that is a lot of the guys that had some of the higher number of home runs are junior college or transfers. There's not been a lot of four-year guys that have been able to sustain that consistently or start playing as young as both those guys. So both Alan and Kyle were both started as freshmen, and obviously as their careers progressed, their home runs started coming up when they got used to adjusting the league and being able to hit off-speed pitches a little bit more. They both had power coming in, and they both had to adjust. So a lot of similar paths that the way they went, and both of them very good players, and like a heck of a accomplishment to surpass some All-Americans. There are some great players in our program.
This weekend, North Alabama heads down to Montevallo for a three-game Gulf South Conference weekend. And Coach, what are you guys looking at this weekend? What's the outlook for Montevallo?
Well, Montevallo, obviously coming off a disappointing weekend. I know they were felt really good about their ball club. I think one of their pluses is this year that they maybe in the past they haven't had as much of it. They got a very good pitching staff. Usually it's kind of been the other way around when they're in the Peach Belt since we played a midweek. Very good offensive team, kind of struggle on the mound. Well, this year their pitching is one of the best in the conference, and all three starters are going to be really good. They've got a good defensive team. They're going to be an athletic team, and we know they got the potential to score runs at any time. I think they're a lot like a lot of the teams in the conference this year. It's hard to figure out the offensive teams. They're so up and down. It frustrates us as a coaching staff because you know it's there, but then you have weekends where it's not there, and they kind of struggled this past weekend scoring runs. But I know they're going to be prepared for us. It's going to be a good rival we've had for over the years, an in-state game, and at their ballpark, it's a lot smaller ballpark than ours. So we're going to have to just play well and continue to do the little things, and then hopefully we'll do the two parts of our game still is pitching and defense well this weekend.
UNA baseball on the road this weekend, taking on Montevallo in a Gulf South Conference series. Be sure and visit RoarLions.com for all your UNA baseball updates.